So once again, some new paperwork has come out concerning Big U that has WACK100's name all over it. But yet, the feds still haven't contacted him. So at this point, either you're a WACK100 stan or fan, or you believe that WACK100 is either working with the feds or is subject to an investigation soon to come. Now, we're going to react to some clips from Academic Stream and then another one that really shines a light on WACK100 in a nasty way, considering his street ties. Let's just get right into it, because this shit is crazy. I think I'm throwing my money that he's the subject of investigation.
The only reason why I said that is that I remember you called me, and I wasn't on stream, but you called me. You said, "Ack, you run a narrative on me," and I felt bad because I said I consider.
You ran a narrative. You did. You ran some bullshit.
Wait, Wack. Hold on, though.
Yo, you say, bro, look, Ack, this real shit. You said, and you don't want to bet. I want you to bet. I still want to bet. But you tucking your tail playing pussy. I want to bet. You said, ain't no way. I want you to put that on your mama that the feds have ever in life, not even just with this, had a conversation with WACK100. Put that on your mama, bro. We can bet that. You said ain't no way because of what you and nigga, you had a video.
Wack.
Right off the bat, we know that Wack released a tape with him talking to the feds about Jay Prince. And Jay Prince only mentioned him really when he wanted to do to him one time. So that's wrong off the bat. The feds have talked to you ever in life with the Jay Prince situation. They called you. He can't keep track of these lies.
You said the police, the feds called you over Jay Prince. So
that's Jay Prince.
No, hold on.
That's got to do with Big U.
Okay.
You just said ever in life, Wack.
And I want you to say it. Who said the feds called me? Who said it?
You said it about the
I said it, right?
Yeah.
Did nobody find out? It didn't come out of no paperwork. Wack said it, right?
Mm-hmm. Wack.
So you think I would give a fuck about
Wack
if they came to talk to me about this dude?
Most people think that WACK100 set up that phone call and it was fake anyway, but
Wack, my true opinion on that, this is why that's why I was leaning into that.
Can we bet? I just want to know, can we bet? Because today,
all right, Wack.
the minute orders, let's bet.
All right, Wack.
Look, the
I'll
motherfucking
bet. You name the price. Hold on, Wack. You name. All right, you
whatever,
name
whatever. The 100,000.
What, Wack? Yes, I'll bet 100,000.
That's you saying the feds talk to me.
No. I'll tell you the terms. If the feds didn't talk to you, you're subject of a federal investigation right now. That's why I'm asking you why you're talking.
Hey, you up? Hey, your act. You go.
That's facts.
You playing with our friend shit right now, nigga.
Look how mad he getting.
Telling me right now. There's no difference than you saying the feds talk to you and you ain't saying nothing versus they're investigating you.
Why? I'm saying it's an either or. It's an either or.
No.
I'm hoping it's neither, but it's clearly it's an either or.
No, you dancing. What did you say though, my nigga? As a man, as they looking at you as a man, you accuse me of what?
I said if they probably did try to talk to you. Now,
okay, now stop right there. That's what I want to bet on. Let's bet on that right there. I don't know what they investigate.
No.
That's their business.
All right, hold on. Wack.
Talking about.
Hold on,
listen,
Wack. I'll take your word for that. Hold on.
You saying?
Wait, hold on. I'll do two bets then. I'll do two bets. We could do two bets for 100,000 each.
Let's do it.
So the first bet is that they either talk to you. The second bet, you're a subject of a current federal investigation.
I'm not betting when I'm subject.
That way he come out, it's going to be zero, because hey, I owe you 100,000 that they talked to you. They never did. Okay, cool. I owe you 100,000. But in the other one, you're a subject of a criminal investigation, so we even. We good. That's what he want to do. Wack don't want to say that part. You're a subject to an investigation. He want to keep it. The feds ain't never talked to me. The feds ain't never talked to me. But he don't want to go the other way. Then that means that you're under the microscope. And maybe he knows that. Because like Big U, they say, oh, well, it happened with Big U. They were talking about it, blah, 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 and they were scared. So the feds kind of pulled the plug on that and went in before they really wanted to. Just like with 6ix9ine. He got some death threats, and they were afraid that they were going to kill him, super violate him. So they went in before they were even ready. So maybe that same thing he don't want to happen here. Like, yeah, I know I'm a subject to investigation. The feds going to be like, he know? Cool, let's move in. We got to swoop in now before he do something crazy.
Because I'm not a fan to know that. I can bet on ain't nobody talk to me. And we can prove that because it'll come out in the minutes.
The reason why I would bet it like that because I think I would come out with because I know it's an either or. It's
no, bro.
There's no third option.
Act. This is Act way to get back at him. And we sitting here pissed off. I was pissed off was Act letting him talk to him like this and doing this. And he said, you dummy, you stupid motherfucker, and all this, MF. This is Wack way. Kill him with kindness. He going to get the content. And when it turns out that Wack is the subject of a criminal investigation, all this is going to blow up. And Act going to get on stream with his Henny and say, I told you, motherfuckers.
Act, hey, listen, bro. Ain't no nigga in violation if he being investigated, bro.
I'm not saying you're in violation. I'm just saying. Again,
but you saying the fans talk to me and I ain't said nothing is a violation.
No. All right, but here's the thing. I'll back off of that point. But so me backing off that.
That's bad.
No. I'm down to back off of that.
Bad.
Wack. My new point is.
That's bad. No. Okay. Until you
don't want to do that.
Down and say I was wrong for saying that. Let's bet or you pussy.
The best
bow down.
The best I'll do is I'll give you a zero sum bet, which means I'm betting either or because I know this is not a there's no third party.
Act should bow down right there. Say, okay, I was wrong. I apologize for alluding that the feds talked to you. Now let's talk about the other point because otherwise the WACK100 ain't gonna let him get through to a point. He look for these words and these trigger words, and then he go, look, I told you, blah, 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 blah. He started doing that. That's why I hate when Flacco talk about him and make him seem like he's some fucking genius mastermind. No, only around criminals.
Possibility. It's either you or
what the feds is investigating is their business. You said that they have already come and talked to me.
No, I said that was most likely what probably would have happened.
No, that ain't what you said. You said ain't no way they ain't come to talk to you. So listen, today, the fucking DA addressed that. It's in the minute order, so I know we can get to it. So let's bet. The DA went on the record and said, you went on a fucking video and put it out there and said that 600 and WACK100 has talked, dealt, or working with the FBI and other agencies, and we're on the record that that's a lie. We never dealt, talked with none of these individuals. They're not going to do that and put themselves in the trick bag because then that fucking defense attorney could use it against his credibility.
He did do that. They said at Big U's hearing, they basically said that, we ain't talking to 600 or Wack, which I find a little suspicious that the DA would either waste their time to do that and just say, look, he's trying to, these could be witnesses, and if they are, look what he's doing. He's intimidating them. We can't let him back on the street. They took the time to say, no, we're not talking about them. Don't worry, leave them guys alone so we can continue to watch them or work with them. I thought that was a weird point. But he's right. They did say that.
Said that today. He said you put a target on them people's back, which lets us know how powerful you are. You put a target because right here 2 days later, this guy that works for you in the grid, contracted through developing options, put up a post, free Big U and kill 600.
Which is weird again. They got killed 600. So you gonna tell me that Big U put a target on y'all back and the FBI has still yet to contact you and say, hey, are you guys okay? Do you fear for your life? That ain't happened. Why would the FBI not? If Jay Prince said something that made them call you from the Houston office in LA, why would they not? Knowing this information, this get weirder and weirder the more information. Like, there ain't nobody from the FBI call you yet, my boy? So they just gonna wait till you die or get shot at?
2 days after, they use it against him. So, that's bad.
You see, every time I talk to you, what some people think that is me like getting bitches, like I know your tactics.
No, look,
I know your tactics.
Like me saying, bro.
No. I know your tactics. I'm changing my opinion.
I know you.
Talk to you, but it strengthens another point that I believe they might be looking into. Not that you do nothing wrong.
That's cool, bro. I mean, they could be. They might be looking at you.
Hold on. And then
they might be looking at you.
You're right. But then I ask, I wonder why you and people around you still focus on this case that much, because
why shouldn't we?
They might be looking at you.
It's brand new.
If like you don't see me breaking down my situations on here, like that's the only confusing part to me.
Break it down whose situations.
I mean, I'm not under any, from what I know, any federal investigation in terms of criminality.
Well, okay.
But if I was, and let's say they charge someone.
I don't get what you're saying. This is not my situation.
You all over it, Wack. Your name is all over it.
This is what you're missing. You and everybody else want me to be part of this shit so bad. You want me to be the nigga that killed Rayshawn Williams so bad.
No, that's
or
not
the nigga
true.
that assisted. You commit more crimes than me, bro. One crime I know you commit.
Whack. You're saying things I'm not saying. I don't believe you do any criminal shit. Like, I can't say that enough.
So why would I give a fuck?
No, Whack. I'm going off, just like how you say you go off the paperwork, right? You know, just like how you mentioned the whole...
It was a crime if you say, when Wack tell a story about he was at the concert, it was game concert, and Kanye showed up, and he fought some 60s Crips in the back, and he made his way to the stage, and then him and Kanye went through the crowd to get out, and they caught Wack in the parking lot. It was Big U and some other guys, and he pulled out some shit that was gonna make the whole parking lot ring or whatever he said. Well, aren't you a felon or whatever? That would be a crime, Wack. That's a crime. You pulled out some shit. Now, if I'm the feds, I'm like, what the hell did he pull out? It was 6, 8, 10 niggas on him, and then he pulled some shit out that would make something ring, and they back up, something to make them back up, because they ain't no normal gun. They all got guns, assuming. And you was able to would you pull out an AK? We know Brick Baby get one. I'm assuming you could get one. So what was it, Wack? You don't think the FBI hear that? I pulled out some shit that made him back up and made God scared, or whatever the hell he said. I'm thinking to myself, that's a crime. So you were at a concert with a firearm in your car, and gang members rushed you, and you pulled it out in the public parking lot. Are we just missing this shit?
The whole Brick Baby, you had your theory about that. I said,
ain't no theory. That's right there, bro.
But Wack, it needs to be no theory. If somebody is a rival of a criminal, it's only likely that the cops think you're a criminal too.
Oh, no, that's some bullshit. No, that's
yes,
bullshit.
Yes,
know we're rivals. They know we're rivals because individually we just don't like each other, bro.
Nah, Wack. No, nigga. You're a rival because that means y'all going back and forth. Otherwise, you're just a victim.
They know at one point in time we was
so
cool,
they think you're a legal, law-abiding rival of a criminal gang or a criminal enterprise.
Bro, let me understand. You think it ain't no rats from my neighborhood, bro? Do you really think they ain't went over there and asked niggas from my neighborhood, right? Yo, Wack be over here. The Wack be doing this. Are you crazy?
They asking everybody around you, but they not asking you, Wack. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard of. They would interrogate your ass, bring you in there.
Fact. Yo, Act. It's only like 3 people from my neighborhood that could even talk to me. Period. Yeah. Straight up. I cussed the nigga out today.
I keep saying we don't think you're doing criminal.
I cussed the nigga out today for calling my phone. Hey, Wack, who this? This Wooty Woo. Who? Woo, what you calling my phone? Blood, we for the same. I don't give a fuck about what we for the same. Don't call my phone, you bitch ass nigga. I don't fuck with you or no other nigga. If you don't know who to call, then nigga, you ain't gonna talk to me. Click. Act. I move different, brother. Everything that you think these dummies do, I don't do.
So wait. And again, and this is why I say, like, I think the internet, like, for me, I don't want him to think I'm a bad friend, because this is why I try to hit you off. Like, if you were like, yo, Act, could you stop talking about this bullshit? Ignore this shit.
When I fly in to see you, do I got my homies with me?
No.
Okay. If you come down to No Jumper, it's the same 4 or 5 faces with me, right? Everybody of age, 40 or better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very quiet, very respectful individuals, right?
He talking about what people can tell on him. Half the things that's used on Brick Baby, Luce Cannon, Big U are things that they said. The FBI in this podcast era don't need other people to corroborate the story and prove you're there. They're there by their own testimony. Luke Cannon is involved with the extortion of the weed shop, the supposed taking of Meek Mill's jewelry because of his testimony. Big U is being said, oh, he's a danger to society, witness intimidation because of the stuff he said on live right before he turned himself into the police. Brick Baby is back in the feds because of his own testimony. Him lifting up the gun on podcasts and seeing it. Them running in his house and finding these weapons. So like that, everything that we have heard WACK100 admit to crimes, serious crimes, federal crimes, especially in California with guns and AKs and all this shit. We have heard him admit to these crimes himself. They don't need other people to corroborate it now. Come on.
Yeah, everything you're saying is true.
That's it. Like I don't. Hey, bro, I don't think you understand.
Wait. You're acting like I'm assuming you're.
I had a nigga call me today about 2 hours ago talking about, and it's crazy because R&B's on the side of me. She's looking at me, right? This dude calls me out of nowhere, nigga. I don't know. Hey, Wack, I know how to write grants for your 5013C, and we can make it look like this and make it look like that to an excess of this, that. I say, hey, bro, I don't know who gave you my number, for one. 2, I don't do grants. 3, I don't have a 5013C. You know what he says? We can take your podcast situation and make it look like this, and they'll...
Right there. This is a crime he's saying that somebody tried to make him do. So the FBI could come down and say, yo, it's some type of tax evasion, some play on federal loans. This right here is a fucking enough for the FBI to say, okay, so who'd you talk to, Wack? And he could say, nah, I ain't gonna tell you, I was lying, but they could at least talk to him. This is the fucking shit that they're doing. This is conspiracy and all this other shit wrapped up. Come on.
They'll cut the check. I said, hey, bro, whatever you talking about, I don't understand it, don't know nothing about it, it ain't my game. Appreciate the call, but I'm the wrong guy for you. Got off the phone with him. Straight up, I swear to God. I'll call a nigga back with you on the phone. He might be think I want to do it.
Wack, I'm just saying.
Which would be snitching if he did that, right? If WACK100 called him on his live with him and to out this guy, wouldn't that be snitching? Come on. He's playing with the gangbanger rules. The streets is a myth, man. I just want all these criminals to go to jail.
Certain shit I don't do, homie.
No, hold on.
I
Wack, as me as square as I am.
Wack snitching now. Yes, look at
this.
Look at
I don't know. Who am I cool with?
Who Wack telling on now?
I don't care who I'm cool with. Like, just if there was a federal indictment even naming me like that, at a certain point I would be like, Wack, could we just not talk about this on live where I can't say certain things?
I don't know. That's the side of guilt. Bro, I think you missing the point, homie. I'm not named in there as a suspect, a witness.
You're named as a rival of a criminal.
Okay, great. Now, let me ask you a question.
A high-up criminal. That's the like of John Gotti and them. Can you imagine being a rival of John Gotti, how powerful you got to be to still be alive? Come on.
Why do they target me as a rival? For what reason? Let's see if you going.
Because y'all are in street business, clearly.
No. Why do they target me as a rival?
He gonna say because they're from a blood in the crib.
You're gonna say because you've spoken bad about him. You're not the only person who spoke bad about him.
They're targeting me as a rival because he keeps saying my name. My neighborhood is 35 minutes from dude. Do you understand what I'm saying? He got real enemies 4 or 5 blocks away in all directions. You know why they're not saying their rival? Because he's not saying their name. They're only calling me a rival. They calling 600 a rival. Where's 600 from, academics?
He's a rolling 60, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. Where Big U from?
Rolling 60s.
But Big U says his name. He says my name. I'm only identified as a rival because this nigga on his hot ass phone keeps saying my name. And his phone is hot. The world need to go read the paperwork. Sue Surf indictment 2022.
Wait, hold on,
Eugene Big U Henley named as number 4 suspect, gang leader. Nigga, 2023.
Wait, Wack,
they
can
came
the
to his
opposite be
house
said
3
though?
times. He hot.
Can't the opposite be as well said? Because you're right. Eugene Henley, aka Big U, kept speaking about you while his phone was being recorded. But
There you go.
hold on, but the opposite could be said that you were on Clubhouse, a public platform, talking about him as well.
Oh no, we're talking about the grid program. You never had me.
But you're still discussing. I'm gonna be honest.
It's a difference. It's a difference.
What's the difference? Go ahead.
WACK is talking about a contract that we're reading. WACK ain't saying, I want to kill the nigga. I want to whoop the nigga's ass. All this shit. That nigga, every time he mentions me, I want to break his jaw. I want to whoop his ass. Right?
But yet the FBI have not even talked to you about it. Hey, WACK, we just want to check and see, have you we heard him mentioning your name a bunch of times on his hot phone. He mentioned you more than anybody else in our whole investigation of years monitoring him. We wanted to see, has he ever made a move on you? Have you ever felt endangered? We're not saying you did anything, but have he ever called you or you ever suspected that he sent anybody to you? Yeah, what about that concert when he was in the underground parking lot and you was there? Was he really there? They don't want to ask these questions, WACK. It don't take. Come on, it take nothing but a first grade education to get this. Come on.
Every time I mention him, we're talking about the grid program that he openly does to the people. We're reading a contract, bro. That's it.
Yeah. But through your associate 600, it came at least to the popular part of the internet about a possible murder. That's not
conversations
about him working.
Not 600. That is through somebody that was posing to be his sister and mother.
Let me ask you this question though: the reason why did he just randomly just say we need to break his jaw, or did he hear you talking?
He randomly said it.
Hold on, or did he hear you talking on Clubhouse about him doing a narrative and running?
Here goes the thing, academic. Big U has been on Clubhouse talking about me.
Okay, that's true too. Fair is fair.
So what the fuck? Like you niggas, this little bitch ass niggas. Ain't nobody scared of dude, bro. He is who he is. You know what our cemeteries is full of, bro?
Mm-hmm. What?
Gangsters and killers and tough niggas. That's what our cemeteries is.
Come on, WACK. I got something else I need us to hear. And I've seen this already, this one, but I just want y'all to take a look at this. WACK talking to Reggie White. Shout out to Most Scandalous Los Angeles TV too, right here. Go subscribe and everything. I'm gonna subscribe. But let's just listen to this. I got if you bear with me, let's just listen to this.
What you gonna say, but I'll ask it. Why did you get in bed or be cool with Luce and bring him on and start exposing them to No Jumper? I know the word is
he had a TV show
your enemy is my friend, but go ahead.
He had a TV show coming out.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, I didn't really know a lot of shit of people Luce had dealt with, right? Because remember, you had an issue with him and I didn't know it. I guess he said.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Shit.
Yeah.
He said some crazy shit about you.
Yeah.
Right?
Reggie Wright. Listen. Let me hear one more thing you talking about me, you fat bitch. And I'm gonna expose your ass. You know the story what you said, what y'all used to do when y'all was at death row? Yeah, I know. Don't make me expose you and make your fat ass get off that couch, bitch.
I thought you was protecting me. You some people would tell me you sicked him on me, but I know better than that.
Reggie might be laughing, but deep down, he knows the truth. And the truth is that Porky is the one behind Luce's attack on him. Porky isn't just some background character. He's Lucy's handler.
Chuck, we all have a handler, bro.
Stop it, WACK.
You do? I got a handler. I'm Luce's handler.
Hey, my handler
WACK just said he Luce handler.
tried to throw me.
I got a handler. My handler, yo, Chuck. We all got handlers, Chuck. Chuck, we all have a handler, bro.
Stop it, WACK.
You do? I got a handler. I'm Luce's handler. I'm Luce's handler.
Hey, my handler tried to throw me.
I got a handler. My handler, yo, Chuck.
I didn't know that was a handler.
6 months ago, my handler, you ain't noticed I done bagged up off the app about 50%?
Yeah.
Because my handler said, WACK, contract's about to close, time to start shutting that down. My handler told me that.
Who your handler? R&D,
See,
bro?
a handler ain't gotta be.
Hey, that's the real Bimmy or that's somebody trolling?
What?
That's Bimmy. I already sent him an invite.
Oh,
Listen.
Bimmy, yeah. Bimmy, I told Bimmy to pull up.
Listen, a handler don't gotta be like, you know,
Yo, Bimmy, you gotta
slave
accept the
master.
invite.
You know, like Luce. Man, if I wasn't in this crazy ear, this would have been on some other.
Man, I do be on the other. You just be stopping me. Man, I do be on the other. You just be stopping me. Man, I do be on the other. You just be stopping me.
I think Luce Cannon really about that life. His daddy's about that life serving. He's serving life for some stupid shit and double murder. Luce Cannon, criminals are stupid, so it does not sound weird that he's a slow motherfucker that's actually a killer. Because you got to be slow to think that in 2025 you ain't gonna get caught for some shit with all these cameras on every goddamn telephone pole and the amount of shit they got on the internet. It's crazy. The tracking service is crazy. Come on, you got to be stupid.
Yeah, the handler's a motherfucker that you are listening to because you respect them and you know they got your best interest at heart. Lior has Kevin's best interest at heart. Right? I got Luce's best interest at heart. I got Luce's best interest at heart. I got Luce's best interest at heart.
Whatever Porky says, Lucy follows. If Porky tells him to stand down, he does. But that didn't happen this time, because Porky wanted it to happen. He gave the green light. And Lucy's not the only one carrying out Porky's agenda.
They talking about beating up the J. Reed by the no jumper shit. Now, let me fast forward this real quick. Let's go. Remember, I seen this. I just had to bring this back to the cave. I'm like, what? Let me see.
I said, Reg, I'm not protecting nobody.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about it. This is what I'm doing. I can guarantee you this. He won't do that to you again, right? Because that shit was said, I guess, prior to, right?
Yeah.
And again, Reg,
Well, he was mad because he felt like I called him out for saying that was a lie or a play about what y'all, what he said he had. And I was just saying, and all I said, if it don't come out by that date, then he lied.
That's exactly what happened.
Waiting to see how they gonna cover up February the 14th if this doesn't come out. And if it does come out, whoa. A lot of people credibility is on the line with this.
And Reggie made it clear. He said if Luce didn't drop that video on February 14th, the one where Big U supposedly FaceTimed him and said Nipsey Hussle had been killed 30 minutes before it actually happened, then both Lucy and Porky were lying to everybody. Now fast forward to today, and suddenly Porky's saying Luce was lying the whole time. But let's not forget, back then, Porky was standing right next to him, defending everything he said.
Facts.
He was even acting like he was ready to bet money on Luce's claims.
Okay, but you realize that's some very, very serious allegations.
Hold on. Let me restart my camera. Y'all watch this real quick.
During that interview.
So what?
And a lot of them don't really seem to stand up.
Luke, how you know? You a white boy.
I've seen a lot of evidence to the contrary.
You seen what? What you see?
I
tell you what, Adam. You're a wealthy man. I'll front the 100. You put up 100,000. I have Luce pull up. If he ain't got what he say he got, I'll pay you 100. If he do, you give me 100.
I'm not really trying to be the guy who decides exactly what.
That's a lot of money to bet on somebody you don't know.
Happened or didn't happen.
Stop trying to discredit something that you can't. But what we can do, hold on, Adam. I'll front the 100 for Luce. If he ain't got it, I'll lose that. If he got what he say he got, you pay. We got a bet?
So at this point, it's clear. By Porky's own admission, he's been Lucy's handler, and they've been working together for a long time. But now that Lucy's behind bars, Pork Belly's out here acting like he barely knows the guy. Trying to play innocent, like he wasn't right there, in the mix the whole time. The switch-up is nasty work. But the receipts don't lie.
Yeah, this is a crazy picture of WACK100. This is crazy. I like this picture. FBI.
Well, Wack, let me ask you this, because I've been knowing you as this legendary kind of behind-the-scenes figure throughout hip-hop for decades. I'll keep it real, I hadn't really heard much about Luce Cannon until he started hanging around with you.
That's a fact. That's just what's real.
But I knew very little about him until I've read this whole this criminal complaint, and I've become to know how close he was to Big U, knowing your relationship with Big U. Now I'm looking back thinking, how you and him got so close considering that history?
They didn't become cool until Luce was no longer cool with...
WACK, people forget, WACK was around Big U and friends like this for over 17 years. 17 years. He know the in and outs of his organization probably.
But he was,
how are you trusting a guy that was so cool with
up
Big
until
U?
like, what, 2 years ago?
Nah, 2021, early 2021.
Okay.
So CS2 Back and Aryan Adam are trying to push the narrative that Porky didn't start messing with Luce until 2021. Even though Porky already told Adam the Aryan that him and Lucy were together way...
That's crazy, calling Adam the Aryan. I'm just hearing that, really. That's crazy. That's crazy work. I don't co-sign that. I don't know. But
back when Lucy did the diss song. For some reason, Porky is now hell-bent on making the people believe that he didn't start messing with Luce until 2021.
So at the end of the day, it's like, I realized, like, damn, it's 2023 and you got a BlackBerry. Like they didn't even...
How long have I been asking you about that BlackBerry?
Since 2015. Since 2015. Since 2015.
So now Porky's saying he met Lucy in 2021. But that doesn't line up with what he said before.
come on, man. Y'all got to put it together. He knows Luce and what he knows. Come on.
In that No Jumper interview with Lucy just last year, they both admitted they'd knew each other back in 2015, clearly showing they'd been locked in long before 2021. The timeline's off, and Porky knows it. This just proves how long he and Lucy have really been working together.
When I do what I'm supposed to do, everybody witnessed it. Y'all witnessed outside of No Jumper. Did I do what I was supposed to do?
You didn't do anything.
No, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. I stopped some shit.
Wack,
Did I not?
When you lined up?
Did I not?
When you lined
I
up?
didn't?
You mean stopped it?
You telling me I didn't stop nothing outside this building?
Unless there was a threat that we didn't see off camera.
Are you telling me out there with this weenie, the PDF file, Jay Reed, y'all telling me I didn't stop nothing?
You could get sued.
No, you're a motherfucking lie. I didn't stop nothing.
You hear Porky yelling, trying to plead his case, saying he stopped Lucy from killing Jay Reed that day at No Jumper. When you run the footage back, the truth comes out. Lucy pulls the gun off his hip, and at the same time, you hear the Porky puppet master himself shouting at Lucy, telling him not to do it. Porky didn't break up anything. He didn't intervene physically.
Facts.
But he did tell Lucy to stand down. And Lucy listened, because Porky is his handler and puppet master.
Yo, this remind me of, if you know the story, go to Al Prophet. If you don't, I think it's Al Prophet or Al for Prophet. But his channel tells the story of Luce Cannon's father. And the whole thing was a robbery, and he accidentally shot somebody for doing less than this. The dude been down. This reminds me of his daddy so much right here. Something could have went wrong. He could have accidentally shot that gun, and it'd been over for him, all of them.
Do that. Luke, don't do that. Luke, don't do that.
Porky wasn't lying when he said that he told Lucy to stop. But what Porky is conveniently leaving out is he's also the one who told his minion to do it, showing you again that Lucy does whatever Porky tells him to do, because Porky is his handler.
They got amnesia? Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Because it could have been a whole other scene out there.
Adam, don't play dumb.
Are you for real?
I ain't gonna lie, sometimes Adam plays dumb. Hold on, I know, hold on.
Did you watch the video?
I seen the video.
So you're saying they would have killed him if you weren't there?
You, listen, bro, you heard
They would
it.
have gave him a leg us at least.
You heard it.
Let's give him a leg us.
That's what you...
Are you for real? All right, I got you.
Maybe
So
I
Wax,
gotta rewatch
stop
it.
the situation.
What? If I went without my voice, that shit was finna go somewhere.
So you're saying he's admitting that he's the leader of another organization, which fits that he's Big U's rival. He got his people, and Big U got his people. Big U got the Grid Club and the Rolling 60s. Wack got the Pyrus or the Clubhouse and the Exposers team. Big U had the Body Snatchers, whatever he called his gang back in the day, and he got the Exposer with 600, Luce Cannon. They're all Big U affiliates. It's like if you got like a blood gang and then they start internal beef and then half of the blood split off into another gang and then this other gang. That's how gangs work. They split off and they stop getting along and now they beefing. The two people that had an alliance and they were cool, now they beefing because somebody did something to somebody else or they messed with somebody's girlfriend. Same thing. So Big U's right-hand man, his number 2, split off on him. They started beefing. And Wack even for a long time tried to mend the situation. Oh, I love Big U. I ain't going to talk about him and his family, blah, blah. But Big U wasn't having that. He said, I ain't accepting nothing. Any man that went on the internet talk about me is up and is stuck, basically. WACK100 wants to appear so innocent. But I guess he don't have he have to. Because if you're a guilty man, you ain't trying to incriminate yourself even more. So he's trying to act like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Ain't no investigation. If there is, well, I don't know. Well, this is just podcasting. Wack days are numbered. Put in the comments, do you think Wack days are numbered? They have to be. Even if he's working with the feds, at a certain point, you have to, because like the feds got a history of having certain informants and motorcycle gangs and things like that and spies. They allow them to commit crimes. They just don't kill nobody. You can sell drugs, you can get the money, but don't kill nobody. So Luce Cannon, when he pull out the gun, he's like, don't do that. You about to get us all jammed up. Don't do that. You could beat them up behind no jumper and blah, blah, blah. They're going to take you in. They're going to let me live. But if he would have killed him, they would have said, yo, Wack, you crossed the line, buddy. We can't do nothing about this murder that's on no jumper and Adam and them talk about it and you in it. We can't. How can we justify you not having it? And him sitting there putting himself in it. Okay, so he was about to kill him. That's attempted murder. So they ain't going to come talk to him. So you thought he was about to kill him? That was attempted murder. He was about to pull it. But you stopped him? Sound like he's under your control, like he was under Big U control. He just switched handlers. 600 talk about the murder. Oh, but y'all was trying to. Wack went on there and said, "Oh, we talk about the murder because we were trying to, we knew the FBI was coming and so we had to do the street thing. We were warning Big U, trying to give him some time, and so you were trying to interfere in a federal investigation and warn." That's damn near harboring a fugitive. You trying to warn him? You obstructing justice. It is so many charges that they could charge Wack with are just enough to question him, and they have not. So that leads me to believe if Wack is not working with him, if he's not an informant, then they are coming after him within the next 6 months. I say 6 to 9 months, probably less than that, but I'm just going to be sure. 6 months, they are coming after WACK100. The feds are going to pick him up. He admitted to enough crimes, just like Brick Baby and Luce Cannon on this internet. This is crazy. And him and Luce knew each other since 2015 when Wack was still cool with Big U. So he was there probably when it was breaking down and robbing and extorting people. He was there. He knew about it. Come on. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dwellers. This shit crazy. I know this is a long one. If you made it this far, please like, share, subscribe. WACK100 tried to distance himself from Luce Cannon and Big U, but it ain't working. It's just his words. You cannot go on live over these years. These are over years. You're going to, a lie you have to remember. You got to remember a lie. That's why it's so hard. And there's too many people, and they all going to jail. Brick Baby probably ain't. Brick Baby the only one that got a chance coming home, maybe. If he keep it solid, he going to go to jail for a few years still. But he could still see the light of day. And Luce Cannon, too. If he snitch on somebody, he'll get less than 10 years probably. But if he really was involved with the extortion and all this and doing all this and Meek Mill, he's going to do at least 20. I got 20 for all these niggas. Big U life, Brick Baby 10, Luce 15 to 20. Wack going to do 20. That's a life sentence for these motherfuckers. Wack still going to be potting from jail. Just like he told Luce Cannon not to. He's still going to be calling from jail because this is the way he eat his family. Come on. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dweller. This is crazy. It's just not common sense. Come on. The FBI watching this laughing and rubbing their hands. Fuck a warrant and a judge. We just log on to YouTube. We don't need no warrants. What you talking about? No paper trail. Let me know what y'all think, Cave Dwellers.